Hello and welcome to the Women's Network. I'm Elke and I'm your host. We have a wonderful show for you today, so don't go away. Get settled, get yourself a cup of coffee or whatever you like, and stay with us, because for the next 30 minutes you will have a great time just watching and listening to us. We have, for those of you who have not watched our show, as the name implies, the Women's Network is a show for women, by women. It's for men. Anyone can watch it. It's always very interesting because we have interesting women issues. We discuss women's issues, and if you like to be on our show, please give us a call and be part of it. Be a guest. Come and tell us your story or tell the world your story. If you have an issue, give us a call. Okay, let's go right to our show today because we have a lot in store for you. Our first guest is Shai. I've had her on a couple times. She is a designer, sculptor, and artist. And today she brought us some of her clothing designs. In fact, I'm wearing one of her many beautiful wraps, and I will model it for you a little later. But let me start the show off with one of her designs, modeled by our wonderful model, Linda. And Sarah will narrate.
This is a summer jacket, a duster. It's a little bit on the ethnic feel because of the border, the scarf. It will work beautifully over a black dress or black pants. It really you can use it as an accessory actually. It will beautify any outfit you want to be. You want to be a little different, rather than and stylish, rather than just the ordinary look. So Linda using the scarf as a sash on her dress, which makes it a little unique.
Beautiful.
This one comes also in turquoise and in this color, the pink. We have pants with the border on the bottom to match. I just wanted to show you a little bit of the feel.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Linda. And here we have Shai. Sarah, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good to have you again.
Thanks, I'm glad to be
here. You always
here.
come up with some great new ideas. So tell me a little bit about what's been happening lately. I see we have a lot of new stuff, new colors, new clothing.
Right. Well, summer brings that out. What I'm trying to do really is to put a little art into the fashion, because I think fashion is art, and being a sculptor and a painter, I bring that into it. I love the fabric as a medium. The way it drapes, I always, as you see, choose fabric that looks almost like hand painted. The wrap you have on, it's such. I chose this time to put on the set these really vibrant colors, and the fabric drapes so beautifully. I also very carefully chooses that it will be washable and wrinkle-free.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now you are also the artist. Are you the artist of, for instance?
No. No, I don't do the fabric itself, but I choose it carefully to, to suit my taste and my client's taste. And today I brought a painting that I painted actually a couple of years ago in Pietrasanta. This is acrylic. I thought, the colors plays really well.
You mentioned Pietrasanta. You went to Italy
to
sculpt. I know you're not only into designing, which is your latest venture. I know you started off as being the artist, and you did this wonderful sculpture. Tell us a little bit about the sculpture before we go on.
Yeah, thanks. Well, when I go to Pietrasanta, I mostly really carve in stone. I do marble and alabaster. I paint as well, but Pietrasanta really, it's a great place for sculptures.
Yes.
And it's actually situated by the mountains of Marble Mountains. Michelangelo's first house was there, so it's like, and it's an inspiring place. So yeah, that was made there too.
Well, are we ready for another one of your creations?
Absolutely. Really, what I want Linda to show us now something for the fall because it's coming up. As you see, it's simple, a black jacket, but the sleeves makes it very unique. It's lightweight. It's great for California and other places as well. This is gonna come up also in a short version too. It's to have it a little more sportier, that could be used with pants or even just jeans. And the long is a little more dressy. But the sleeves here is the emphasis of the design.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you, Linda.
Where do you get your ideas?
Ooh, that's great.
Well,
really, I get my ideas from wherever it comes from. You know, I don't know. Last time I spoke with you, and I told you that I feel art is the language of the soul. I really mean it.
Yeah,
because
I like that.
even when I carve, you know, I buy the piece of stone and I start carving. I don't sketch it before, and I don't know what's going to merge out of the stone. It seems to happen the same thing with the fabric, you know. I choose the fabric carefully to be, you know, artistic and, you know, like I said, like hand painting and all that. But when I bring it to the warehouse or, you know, to the designer room, I just drape it on the, you know, on the form, and I just work with it. Maybe that's why most of my design are drapery, you know. It's like the scarf, and I started with the, you know, with the shawl, with the wrap, and so on. So I love the feminine feel.
Now, do you let me show this wrap to the camera, and if the camera is ready, I'm going to stand up a little bit, and it's absolutely beautiful, the design, and you kind of drape it over your shoulder, and you're ready to go out for the evening.
Even
and
with a simple.
Yeah, and hopefully have a wonderful time.
Right.
Thank you.
With a wrap like this, you should have a wonderful
time. Well, you have a beautiful wrap
what
on.
I put these wrap on because I also paint on the fabric. This is my own painting, and it's like one of a kind.
Yeah.
Because you can't repaint it and have it in the same thing. And the interesting part about the wraps is that they are, you know, it's a square piece of fabric with a slit in the middle, and when you put it on, it is really like a jacket.
Right.
You are not worried that you're going to lose it, like a scarf.
And then depending what type of fabric you have summer, winter, always a cover up, and you're always ready to go.
Right.
Okay, let's have Linda come out for another showing. And maybe if she can move over to the white portion a little more, so then it shows better.
This is another very lightweight coat that can be used anywhere, and you see again with the drapery, the scarf. It's offshoot of the wrap actually. That scarf comes in different fabric combination. Of course, you know, we have tops to match the scarf, or a dress to match the scarf. But the scarf, what makes the dress, the jacket, kind of unique.
That's wonderful. That's beautiful. Well, Linda certainly knows how to
show my pieces,
show your pieces, and create something wonderful.
Right, Linda worked with me for a long time, so she knows.
So
she knows my work.
You both are very much in tune.
Right.
I just want to throw out right now, if anyone wants to know more about Sarah's design, please give me a call. The number is at the very end of our show. You'll see it in the credits. Anyway, let's go on now. Once you have designed your creations, you don't. Do you have special places where you? I know you also have a boutique.
Right.
Is it like, do you make 100 of them, or just a piece at a time, or do people come in and say, this is what I like to have, or do you do like a custom designs?
That's a great question, because I don't cut more than 40-50 pieces of each one that you see here or anywhere, because I like to keep it very unique, and you know.
So let's say if I go out tonight, and
you're not going to see yourself coming and going. No, it's not like if you bought it in Nordstrom or Macy. No way. And the prices you pay, it's lower than Nordstrom or Macy.
Now I have this little slip here that comes with all of your designs, and it says here, this garment is one of a kind. It's some of them are hand painted by the artist Sarah, And to me, that is very special to have a special gum. You know it didn't come from the factory somewhere, and like you said, or
Thank
like
you.
I
Right,
mentioned
right.
earlier.
Yeah, some people really treat it as an art piece, and I'm very grateful and very honored that that's how they treat it. Yeah.
Do we have another?
Yeah, we do have a last piece that I hope everybody will like. That comes in long version and short version. Again, you see the scarf or the neckline, which is wide, large, generous, and drapey. Linda can use it actually as a cap, right?
Oh,
right.
beautiful,
If she's
yes.
a little cold, she can do that, right? And take a look at the back, how the fabric is cut in a way that the design is complementary.
This is beautiful, yes. Yes.
And of course, if Linda wore that over pants, it will be quite sporty. Over a dress, it's a little more dressy. I'm going to have it available also in a long version, also in a leopard rather than the zebra, the black and white. But I feel black and white is very classy. It's always appropriate.
Very, very, very. And the last couple of years, we're really into black.
Yeah.
Really.
So we can't without black.
No.
It hides all our sins, and it's just a wonderful color.
It makes us slender. It makes us, most of us, beautiful. What's coming up next? Do you have anything that you can talk about? I mean, you're working on your winter, your fall
working
collection.
On the fall collection. This is part of it. What you see now. All those pieces, there is a dress or a pants or a skirt to match, so you can coordinate. So that's as far as the fashion design. I always have one or two pieces in my studio working on, the stones and clay. I'm doing that, and I love painting.
Yes.
I love painting. I love getting my hand, wet and messy and all that. This is acrylic. I do oil as well.
Well, the last time I saw you, we did a little piece on the sculpting.
Right.
And talk about you like to get your hands into things. I must say you were really there with
the marble.
drill.
Yeah, right. I use the power tools and the hand tools. Right.
I must say you are a very creative woman.
And I really love the switch sometime from the stone, which is very firm, medium, to something so soft and drapey and feminine as the fabric. And I feel very grateful that I can do that. It's because I work with clay, stone, fabric, paint, the canvas, and
Well, Sarah, I'm so glad to have you here again. I mean, every time I think of you, I know you have something new going for yourself, and this is probably our third show. We started with just the artist, the sculpting, and the designing.
Right.
So
you're seeing me in stages.
Right,
Who knows what happens?
It's wonderful. So there's no stopping you.
Thanks. No,
I like
don't
that.
Stop,
That is terrific. Okay, now for our audience, we just had a wonderful chat with Sarah Shai. She's a designer with all these creations, and like I said, she's also a sculptor and actually goes off to Italy and sculpts in marble over there, and she's also a wonderful artist. But that is not all what we have. Not all we have today for you. We have another great guest, and let me introduce you to my next guest. Her name is Judy O'Neill, a very, very interesting woman. She, at the moment, I'm saying at the moment because she's had her hands in also a few directions. At the moment, she's the director of the Creative Center. She has been, she told me she's been everything from a secretary to the first female service bartender in Atlanta and making her living as a singer as well. But that's not all. Let me introduce you to Judy and let her tell you all her directions. Judy, so nice to have you here.
Thank you. It's fun to be here.
Welcome to the show.
And I love your stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about, I mean, you have so much, I mean, we need another hour.
Well, those things that you just mentioned, those are from my early years, like 22. Then from there, I have been, I managed an employment agency for 10 years, and then I started to study acting, and I studied for a number of years, and I decided that the people that were in my acting workshop really were good, and they should be represented, so I became an agent, and I put those people to work, and then I became a personal manager because I really knew that I wanted to be more one-on-one with people. When you're an agent, you have a lot of people. And while I was doing that, I went to San Francisco in 1986 and started an acting workshop there, even though I lived in LA. And everyone asked me, why'd you do that? I have no idea. I feel like I was just directed there. And I drove up on weekends and I started my workshop, and I brought numerous young people to stay with me in Los Angeles, and I represented them, and a number of them have become working actors. My most famous is Alicia Silverstone, who most people know from Clueless. And Alicia, I was her acting coach. I was her first manager. We split after Clueless, which happens a lot in the Hollywood area.
Uh-oh, so once someone gets to be famous, they are off and running, right? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, stuff happens, you know. It's something that's happened to a lot of people who are representative. You know, I wish her well. And I also, but a number of my people have worked. Alicia just became the most famous.
Right.
But
for right now.
Yeah, a lot of the people that I met, you see on film and television all the time. You just don't know their name. You go, oh yeah, I know that person. And out of doing the workshops and bringing the kids here to live with me, which if you've ever had 10 teenagers live with you, you will see what an experience that is. I got this idea one day for a place called the Creative Center, which was a space for people to actualize their creative ideas in.
Yeah.
And 5 years ago, I actually opened up my space, and we do theater. We've produced a couple of small films that we enter in festivals. We have an art gallery. We have music nights.
My God.
We do acting workshops there. And the idea of the space is transformation through the arts.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure that you can attest to this, that when you create, when you do something, you shift, you change, you grow. And when you asked me to come and be here, what you said that really caught my attention was about women, about women and where they stop and how they stop. And one of my constant things I talk about is people who talk about they want to, and then they tell you why they can't.
Right.
I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money,
Exactly.
My husband won't let me, my kids make me crazy. And I say that you can get all that stuff out of the way. It's just about getting into a conversation with yourself about what you're really committed to doing. There's a difference between I want to and I'm going to.
That's very, very true. Very true. In fact, I was talking on the way over here. I was talking to someone who came with me. We were talking about the shoulds and the can't and the would have and want to and can't, whatever. And that's so important. I mean, to get those words out of the way and go on. Now.
Yeah, I talk about getting the butts out of the way.
The butts. That's great too.
I'd like to butt.
I know. I can hear myself saying, but you don't understand. But
yeah, the people in my acting workshop will tell you that I stop them when the word but comes up. I stop them when they talk to me about I should, especially when they go, oh, I should have done this. And my answer is normally, well, if you should have, then you should have. So you didn't. Now what? It's always about now what. And I think that the thing that I love about the center is that it is a space that people can come to and they can be called upon, to have this conversation. And members make proposals. and they proposed, like our art gallery was the proposal of a member, and there was a whole different space there. And now we have, walls full of art and people who regularly do showings, and we'll be having showing in September. We have
Sarah,
an open
take note.
We'll have an open house on September 9th, which will let people come and see what the center is about.
Where is your center?
It's in North
Hold
Hollywood.
on, let me tell the audience about it. If anyone wants to know more about Judy's Creative Center, please give me a call. The number will be in the credits at the end of the show. Same goes for Sarah. So please get yourself a pencil and a paper, because this sounds so interesting. Write down the number. Judy.
Okay, so we do a lot of theater.
Yeah.
I've been doing productions steadily now for about 4 years, and our last production, Margarita on the Rocks, ran for 4 months, which is a long time for a small theater in Los Angeles. And that was a one-woman show. We do eclectic things. I've done original pieces that members write, and we get great reviews. The LA Weekly and the LA Times, they all come see us.
Well, that's great.
And when I first opened, I had never produced a piece of theater before.
So you learned, you're teaching, you're learning, it's gratifying, and you're giving, and people take in a beautiful way. Right?
Well, people do, and they
take
give
away,
back.
let's say it that way, and give back.
Right. The way the center is set up, because it's a membership, and people make these proposals and they have these projects, they become the leader of the project.
Good.
I'm a guide. I'm a coach in life. I told you I'm a life coach.
Right, exactly.
I take that name on. And I coach them on how to get things done, but they're the ones who do the work, and they're the ones who shift and change out of it, and they're the ones that become more knowledgeable, and then they grow, and then we bring other people in, and then they mentor those people. We have a theater group at the moment, by the way, if anybody's looking to join one.
Yeah, well, like I said, I want to
auditions.
bring it up again. We don't have that much time. Time goes by when you have a great time.
Right.
Judy, we have about 5 minutes, but I want to go into Sarah as well. Tell me briefly about your life coach class.
Well, I have a workshop called Who Am I?
Yes.
And
I found that so interesting when we talked earlier.
yeah, I use that as a way for people to get clarity with themselves. As I told you, most of the time you say to people, "Who are you?" and they go, "Well, I'm my name."
Yes.
And I go, "Okay, well, let's say you're not your name. Now, who are you?"
Right.
And people start getting caught up in identities. I'm a mom, or I'm a wife, and I think they lose sight of who they really are.
Exactly.
I like to get people to take a look at when they were young and they had more clarity about what they were looking to be in life. And that's what I am. I'm a clearing for people. I'm a place for people to sit down, have a conversation, let me guide them through the conversation. So I actually made up this class called Who Am I?
I love it.
It's a one-on-one conversation in a group,
Right.
but other people don't get to speak to you. It's just me. And through that conversation, at the end, you've made declarations about yourself, you've set some goals, you've taken a look at things you need to work on. Life is an ongoing process, it's not
is,
I'm
right.
complete now.
And it seems to get more complicated the older one gets. And who am I? I'm going home this evening, and I will really ask myself. It's so interesting, and I think it's so interesting for our audience, most likely, because it's an open question.
Yeah, it goes on.
Very odd. Okay, Judy, thank you so much,
you.
and we'll maybe have a little more time later. But Sarah, back to you for a moment. I understand you have one more design to show us, or can we?
I have one more design. It's very much like what we saw before, but I used a very casual fabric, which is a back rib, interlock. It's like a sweatshirt type of fabric. It's all cotton. It can be used the way Linda using it, and it's quite dressy. But you can wear it, daytime over a casual outfit. or suedes even. It's pretty. It comes in different colors. We have it in gray, black, blue, orange, and the green is very strong this year, so I chose the green. You see, the edge is a little different. We have the, the scallops on the edge.
Well, I see you like to do. You like to.
I love the drapey.
Right, the draping. Right.
To use, what the fabric can actually give us, rather than have the stiff line. I'm not into that so much. I think it's more feminine when you use the drape.
Exactly.
Also, it's more forgiving. We can, cover a multitude of sins with the drape fabric.
That's for sure. Well, thank you so much,
Thank you very
Linda.
much.
And Sarah, thank you so much for coming and showing us all your wonderful designs and decorating our set with your beautiful designs,
And the
your
colors.
creative art, and your sculptures. And Judy, you are a great inspiration. All the for your creative center, and I wish I could, take a class, a course, or
You can.
at least be in your classes, your life
fun,
coach
yeah.
class, because it's so interesting. To our audience, I have the two great creative women here. It's really fun to have you on the show and talk about your creativity and your ideas and where you're going and what you can do for other people and for yourself, which is so important. And I hope we can do this again. I know we've done it
I love it,
before,
yeah.
and maybe we can have you again and have a couple of people from your class.
Oh, that'd be good.
And I think we're running out of time. And again, Judy, thank you so much. Sarah,
My
thank you
pleasure.
so much. It was fun having
is
you
fun.
both. To my audience, thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope you had fun. You learned something, because I certainly did, and I had a lot of fun. It's always very informative. And again, please call the number which you will see in the credits. And until I see you again next time with another wonderful subject and some more creative women, until bye-bye.